You were told that if you just stay motivated, if you watch enough Gary Vee, enough David Goggins, enough rise and grind content every single morning, you'll make it. You'll escape the 9 to 5. You'll build the life you want. You'll finally feel ready. Here's the truth nobody's going to say out loud. Motivation content is one of the biggest traps keeping broke people broke. And I don't mean that to be mean. I mean it because I was that person. Watching 5 videos before bed, feeling fired up, waking up, doing nothing. And the algorithm, it loved me for it. Stay with me because what I'm about to show you is going to feel uncomfortable, but it might also change everything. Let's talk about what's actually happening here. The motivation industry, yes, it's an industry, is worth over $11 billion. $11 billion. Let that sink in. That's billions of dollars made from selling you the feeling of progress without any actual progress happening. Think about that. You finish a 12-minute video about how to be disciplined. You feel incredible. You feel like you already did something, like you already changed. But your bank account? Same. Your skills? Same. Your life? Same. That's actually a psychological term for that. It's called motivational satiation. Basically, your brain gets a dopamine hit from consuming the idea of success, and once it gets that hit, it doesn't actually need to do anything. You tricked yourself into feeling productive. That's insane. Your own brain is working against you, and the content creators, they are getting paid every time that happens. Here's another thing that makes no sense. The people selling you how to be rich content, most of them are rich because of the content, not because of the strategy in the content. Think about that for a second. The guy teaching you how to make money flipping cars makes his money selling a $9.97 course about flipping cars. The woman teaching you morning routines of millionaires makes millions from ad revenue on those videos. It's not a lot fake. Some of it is real. But here's the reality. You are the product. Your attention is being monetized and your brokenness is the business model. Because if you actually fix your finances, you stop watching. Here's one more stat that's going to hit different. Studies show that people who spend the most time consuming self-help content often show lower rates of actual behavioral change than people who consume less of it. Less watching, more doing. But we have been conditioned to do the opposite. And this makes no sense because we are the most motivated generation in history. More podcasts, more content, more hustle codes. And we are also one of the most financially stressed generation in modern history. Something is not adding up and it's getting worse, not better. Every year, the algorithm gets smarter. It learns exactly what kind of thumbnail makes your heart race, what kind of title makes you click, what kind of voice makes you feel like this video, this one, is the one that's going to change your life. How is this even possible? That we have more access to information than any human beings in history, and people are more confused, more broke, more stuck than ever. Because information was never the problem. You already know you should save money. You already know you should build a skill. You already know you should stop spending on things that don't matter. You know, but knowing doesn't change anything. And here's the part that keeps me up at night. Every hour you spend watching someone else build their dream is an hour you didn't spend building yours. That's not a quote, that's math. If you watch 2 hours of motivation content a day, which is actually below average for most people online, that's 730 hours a year. 730 hours. You could learn a programming language in that time. You could build a freelance business. You could write and publish a book. You could learn video editing, copywriting, sales, skills that actually pay. But instead, we watched and felt good about it. That's crazy. But here's the real question nobody is asking. Why are we so addicted to motivation in the first place? Because life is hard. The system is exhausting. Work feels meaningless. Rent is insane. Salaries haven't kept up with inflation. And every time you open your phone, someone is living the life you want. So motivation content becomes an escape. It feels like hope, and hope feels good. I'm not here to take your hope away. I'm here to redirect it. Because the problem isn't that you want to be successful. The problem is that you have been handed a fake substitute for success and told is the real thing. Watching a video about running is not running. Watching a video about investing is not investing. Watching a video about building a business is not building a business. And the shift that actually changes your life is not finding better motivation content. It's quitting the motivation loop entirely and replacing it with something that actually moves the needle. So, what do you actually do instead? First, understand the difference between inspiration and instruction. Inspiration feels good. Instruction gives you something to execute. 1 hour of real tactical learning, like a specific tutorial, a skill course, an actual book, is worth more than 10 hours of motivational content. Stop asking, how do I get motivated? Start asking, what is the next physical action I can take right now? Not tomorrow, right now. Second, shrink the goal until it's almost embarrassing. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is because they are trying to go from zero to millionaire in their head before they take a single step. You don't need a business plan, you need one client. You don't need a full portfolio, you need one project. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You need to sit down and do one thing. Momentum is built by moving, not by feeling ready to move. Third, make the cost of consuming visible. Every time you open a motivation video, ask yourself, what am I not doing right now? That one question will either make you close the video and get to work, or it will make you realize you genuinely need a break. Either way, you are being intentional, not just scrolling on autopilot. Fourth, build a real skill. One skill. Pick one thing. Copywriting, video editing, web design, sales, coding, social media management. One thing. And spend 30 days going to deep on it. Not watching videos about it, actually doing it. Failing at it. Getting feedback. Doing it again. Because here's what nobody tells you. The market doesn't pay you for motivation. It pays you for value. The value comes from skills, not vibes. Fifth, find a community that builds, not just watches. The people around you matter more than the content you consume. If everyone in your circle is just watching and wishing, you will too. But if you find even 2 or 3 people who are actively building something, that energy is contagious and in a way that no YouTube video can replicate. Real accountability, real pressure, real results. Look, I'll be real with you. I spent hours and years in this loop, watching, feeling motivated, sleeping, repeating. And I told myself I was working on my mindset. I told myself I was learning. I told myself I just needed to find the right video, the right mentor, the right moment. But the moment never came because I kept outsourcing my momentum to other people's content. The day things changed wasn't the day I found a better video. It was the day I stopped watching and started doing something, anything, even badly. That's why I make this kind of content, not to motivate you. I genuinely don't want to motivate you. I want to wake you up. There's a difference. Motivation wears off. Waking up is permanent. And I believe this generation, our generation, has been sold a dream while being given a screen. And it's time to put the screen down, go build the actual dream. That's not me being preachy. That's me being honest with you the way I wish someone had been honest with me. If you made it to the end of this video, first of all, you are already different from most people. Most people clicked off when it got uncomfortable, but you stayed. And that tells me something about you. You're tired of watching other people win. You're tired of feeling almost ready. You're tired of knowing what to do and still not doing it. You're not alone, I promise. Drop a building in the comments right now if you have done watching and ready to actually move. I read every single one. And if this hit different, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Not to motivate them, to wake them up. Subscribe if you want more content that actually challenges you instead of just making you feel good. Because feeling good is easy. Building something real, that's the hard part. And that's exactly what we are here for. Let's get to work.